Hey guys, Adam here with AmericanTrucks.com. Today we're taking a quick look at and installing the Axial sequential LED mirror mounted turn signals with the smoked finish, available for the 04 to 14 F-150. You should be checking this out if you're looking to get rid of your factory mirror mounted turn signals in favor for one that's not only going to be stealthy with a smoked finish, but one that's got an LED upgrade and one that blinks in sequence. Now, swapping out the factory one is pretty simple. The factory one's really outdated, it uses factory incandescent bulbs, and it's got a bright amber finish to it, so it really sticks out like a sore thumb on your mirrors. If you're looking for something that blends in a little bit more, this one here has a black housing and a smoked lens, which means it blends in a little bit more with the mirror itself, so it's pretty subtle when the lights are off. When you turn the lights on, they're a bright, vibrant amber LED, which is going to last a lot longer than your factory incandescent bulbs, and it's going to shine a lot brighter as well. Now with the blinking in sequence, that's something you see on a lot of modern generation vehicles. A lot of modern vehicles come with LEDs from the factory in some cases, and sequentials are becoming a lot more common. These trucks here are getting a little bit more outdated. This gen reaches from 04 to 14 for fitment, so if you're looking to modernize those older vehicles, this is a really easy way to do so. It seems like such a small package, but it can make such a big impact on appearance. Now this guy comes in right around 50 bucks for the pair. You get one for each side. It does require your truck to come with factory mirror mounted turn signals. If yours does not have them, this one's not going to be for you, but there are other options out there to modernize your truck. Now the install for this, I'm going to give 1 out of 3 wrenches on our difficulty meter. You're just basically taking this mirror apart with a couple of very simple steps, and it's a plug and play finish, so it plugs right into the factory harness. I'm going to show you guys what that process looks like. It takes about 30 minutes from start to finish to knock out both sides. Let's get to it. Tools used in this install include an impact gun and a Phillips head socket or bit, or you can also just use a Phillips head screwdriver. All right, first step here, what we're going to do is pull off our factory glass, the mirror itself. Now in order to do that, you're just going to tilt it down. It's a tight squeeze, but if you get your fingers underneath of it and just pry out, it will pop off. Just like that. You'll see there are plastic clips all around this ring that hold it onto the center there, so you're really just prying straight down and it will pop off. I know it feels uncomfortable and tricky just to put that much pressure on glass, but if you just pry straight down firmly, it will pop off. With that said, it is just gonna dangle. You wanna make sure that you're dangling it in a way that it isn't gonna damage anything, so just be careful with that. From there, I'm just gonna tilt this backward so that we have an easier way to access this without having to duck into the door. Now you can see on the inside there are 4 Phillips head screws holding on the back plating there. Now some models may have Torx bits, ours are Phillips heads. I'm gonna use a Phillips head socket. You can also use a screwdriver as well. Get all 4 of those guys off. The last one, you may need to shuffle the mirror out of the way a little bit just to get to it. All right, once you have that last one loosened up, the back plate will start to come off. Just like that, and we can set this aside. Next, what we're gonna do is fold the mirror in so that you can see the back a little bit better. You might not need to do that, but I just want to show you guys what that'll look like. There's one harness on the back that you want to pinch and disconnect, and you're going to push in on this clip that's retaining it in place. So you push in on that, and the light will slide right out from the front. So we got our factory passenger side turn signal off of our mirror here, and it's next to our Axial LED option. Very quickly, let's talk about some similarities and differences. Now, in terms of similarities, you can expect the polycarbonate lens to be the same, the quality of OEM construction is the same, and the fitment's going to be similar as well. Big difference is going to be the finish of the housing and lens, and of course the technology inside. Your factory one uses the factory incandescent bulbs. There's a bunch of them going straight across there. The new option is using LED upgrades. This is going to be a lot more vibrant. It's going to last a lot longer, and it's also just going to increase the appearance overall. A lot of guys want to swap over to the LEDs. It's more modern technology, and overall, it's just more attractive. Now, the other nice thing about this is it's smoked. It's got a black interior housing and a smoked lens, which means it gives you a nice stealthy look at the mirror. When the lights are off, it's almost not even noticeable, but once you flick the lights on for the turn signals, this is going to light up extremely bright and be a lot more attractive. Another one of the big different features and new features with the Axial option is that it's going to blink in sequence. Your factory turn signal in the mirror blinks in one solid flash for the turn signals and hazard lights. This guy's going to blink from the inside going out with your turn signals, so it has that modern, unique touch to it that not a lot of other options out there offer. Now, in terms of getting this installed, it's got the same kind of clip on the side, so you can see that'll snap in the same exact way, and it's just got a little bit of a longer harness here. It's going to plug into the factory harness, so there's no splicing required or any of that nonsense. What we're going to do next is just pop it in place and plug it in. All right, next we're going to install this in reverse order, essentially. You're going to make sure the wiring harness feeds straight through the front, through that hole to the back, slide this guy in place, and make sure you hear the click. All right, just like that. Now you can take this harness and it's plug and play. Some models may have a dual harness, in which case you can plug in the black connector. Ours does not, so we're only going to need to do this one. It'll plug right in, only goes in one way, and now we can start tucking the wire back in and putting the backing plate on. Now for the backing plate, make sure the wiring tucks in, and you're going to slide this guy in place. All right, you'll hear the click on the inside, bring the mirror back out. Now you can take those Torx screws or the Phillips heads, depending on your model, and put them back through there. Again, just to make this easier to see, I'm going to pull the mirror all the way out like that. Next, you can take your Phillips head or your Torx bit, depending on your model, and tighten them back down to the backing. If you're using an impact gun like I am, make sure you're putting on its lowest setting so you don't strip out the plastic. The only step left is to pop the mirror back in place just by centering it and pushing. You should hear a firm snap to get it back in. Repeat on the other side and you're good to go. That's going to wrap up my review and install for the Axial sequential LED mirror mounted turn signals and the smoked finish for the 04 to 14 F-150. Get yours right here at AmericanTrucks.com.